Hi everyone, this is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Holochain, the ticker's hot versus USDT. Once again, thank you for your continued support. I really do appreciate everything that you do to contribute towards CoinsKid. Okay, sharing is caring. Just want to say thank you to everyone that's in the Patreon group. There's a Patreon. If you're not already involved, the link's on CoinsKid.com in the link section, and also in the video description below. Okay, the content that's going in there, the people are really happy with. It's great. It's brilliant, and we get all sorts of stuff that's going in there, and it's fulfilling everyone's needs. So it's great. Big thumbs up. Now, what I'm going to say here about Holochain is this could be one of the best opportunities. Okay, moving forward, not necessarily in the long term, but in the short term, you could see one hell of a bounce here for Holochain if it plays off like I think it's going to play off. Okay, not financial advice, but this could be a really, really good trade for everyone that's involved. Okay, and take note. Okay, because basically right here, hot. Okay, it's got really overextended. We know it's a fantastic project as well. There's no denying what it is. It's a fantastic project with more upside potential. We know that. We are in a bull run, okay? And obviously we've got that anomaly with Bitcoin. It needs to hold that support line, and hopefully it does, because we are in a bull market. But we do have these dips and pullbacks, which are perfectly normal and part of the process of progression. Now right now, hot could be gearing up for a fantastic entry, and I'll show you exactly where that entry is, because I think once it has that, you could see it absolutely take off, and take off to a price prediction up there and some. So right now I'm going to dive into it and tell you what I'm seeing basically. So effectively, we gave you the previous video where you got this double M top pattern, and if you start to lose the support line, that you're going to go short basically, and you can see that's actually played out, because you've gone up, you've made a high, you've rolled over. Even there, do you see this little support line? It's all patterns in patterns. I'll show you everything. Okay, I'll show you everything that I know, so to try and educate you in the space. So just here, it's a little baby one. See, you got a little baby double M top pattern that played out. Do you see that? So you've gone up, made a high, you rolled over, you created a support line in the middle. This is a daily time frame as well, don't forget. Okay, daily time frame. You've made a lower high, and when you've lost that key level, you've gone short. And as you can see, I don't need to measure it because you actually carried out that short just there. Okay, so boom, short. So right now what you've done here, you've come up obviously off this bottom that you created, and you've come up and you made a high, you've come back down, you've made a support line in the middle. Do you see that? And then you've come up and you made a lower high, so you're running out of steam. So that is a reversal pattern right there, and you do have a breakdown target. Okay, I think we gave you that breakdown target in a previous video. If you do start to lose that, that's where you could see it go short, and effectively that's carried out effectively. You see that? So right now you have got another relatively bearish pattern on the go for hot. Okay, it's not a bad thing, to be fair, because I think it's going to offer you a fantastic opportunity to get involved in hot if you're not actually involved. Because what I've always said to people is buy fear. Okay, buy fear, buy absolute fear, because that's where you get maximum returns. Not buying up here. Remember, buy big green candles, you get big red dildos. Buy big red candles, you get big green rocket ships. Okay, in a bull market especially. Now what we've got to prevent here, obviously, if we do start to continue to break down, because there is a bit of a breakdown pattern as well that's forming on the hourly time frame. I will show you that in a moment. We need to prevent the bearish cross just here. Okay, this bearish cross, you see this, when the yellow line goes below the red line, which is the 20 EMA, goes below the 55 EMA like that. That's a bearish cross. That's a bagged signal. We don't want that, because when you go under it, that's it, your downtrend. It's hard to get back above, and it's a big signal to you effectively in a bear trend, okay, on the daily. So we don't want that. But what I think we might have here is a bit of a EMA repel, and it's happened before, and I'll show you exactly where. So if we do continue to break down here, there is a bit of a target. You might not necessarily come back down to there, but if you do, if you want to ladder some bids in at that particular level, then go for it, because you might see it roll off down to there if we continue to correct. Okay, but right now we've got to prevent the bearish cross, and we might form the EMA repel right there. So what I'm going to do is show you a particular pattern on the 4-hourly time frame that we're forming right now for hot. So right now you can see we're forming this bear pennant. Basically it's a continuation trend, just like when you're coming up. Look, you're coming up and you form this diagonal triangular triangle trading, where you're going tighter and tighter into an apex. What you do, you break out. It's a continuation pattern. Taught you that. So even there, look, triangle, triangle, you break out, bear pennant. It's continuation trend to the upside. So right there you can see you've fell down into it. You're trading diagonally like this. Look, and effectively as you come closer and closer to the apex, that's where you could see the continuation of the breakdown for hot. And you do have a target for that particular breakdown from the consolidation into the pennant just there. You could see if you was to sort of come in towards the apex, you could potentially see the breakdown to sort of that target there. So if you do start to see it break down, look to set some bids, obviously wherever that level is, okay, because this will change. If it starts to break down, it's going to go lower, but that the absolute maximum sort of breakdown point is roughly around there, okay. So as it does come close to the apex, look for that breakout. Obviously they can bounce up from here, get back through the EMAs and continue and just get the reversal at this point. So do keep an eye on that as well. If you do break to the upside, you obviously could continue to break back up and come to where you came from, basically. So yeah, do anticipate that little short opportunity right there, because if it does start to break out of that pennant, look for a lovely little short of around 20% for hot. Now at that point, I'm going to show you something. I would be really inclined to sort of look at entering hot if you're not already involved. Again, not financial advice, because I think that for me would be an absolute fantastic entry point. The reason is, and I'm going to show you on the daily time frame, okay, is I do think that that's it for hot. It's had its correction, and it's basically reset everything. Look at the RSI, okay. The RSI will be in the floor. Look at the last time the RSI was in the floor off a double bottom, because that's effectively what you're going to get. You're going to get an EMA retest. If you prevent, this is a daily time frame, if you prevent the EMA retest, the EMA bearish cross, basically what I've just shown you, if you prevent that and you get this coming together, the EMAs, it's called an EMA retest. It repels the price, okay, repels the candlesticks like this. What it does, it slingshots the candlesticks over its shoulder. That's called an EMA retest, okay. And sometimes the price action it draws it in, just test support to slingshot you away. And effectively what you've got there as well, if you do come down to that level, you've got that bottom there, and then you've got this bottom there, and it's still high lows. Do you see that? So that's good. And I want to show you exactly where this has happened before. So you've had this breakdown here, this pick up, this lower high, rolling down, high low. So I'm going to show you exactly where that's happened before. Do you see this? So down here, you had a very similar thing where you got overextended, you came down, you had your breakdown like you have just there. Look, you got the breakdown just there. You've picked up, you start to make a high. Do you see this? Start to make a high. What you did, you came back up and then you rolled again and you formed that lower low. Do you see that? That high low, sorry. So you've come down, you've gone overextended, you've come down, you made a double bottom. It's there, high low. You pulled in the EMAs down for the retest. You got the slingshot. Look what happened. It absolutely exploded. And look at the RSI as well. Let's take a look at the RSI. Look where it is. Just there. And that's where you are now. Look where we are now in the RSI. So we're right there. Okay. Boom. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. History is repeating, basically. So this is a good indicator. The RSI is in the floor, basically. And like what I've said to you, you buy fear, okay? When the RSI is in the floor like that, completely oversold, that's a really good indicator of that. Yeah, okay, it's actually a good area to get involved in these projects right now. So absolute fear, buy absolute fear, basically. Not financial advice, but I can see a very similar sort of pattern playing out here for hot, where you've got overextended, you're coming back, it looks bad, it looks like it's in despair, you form an EMA retest, and if you get that slingshot, look, the slingshot, what that can do for you. So right then off that bottom, within a couple of days, hot had bounced, and you might be looking at a very similar scenario right here for hot. Hot had bounced up 69% in continuation, got back above the EMAs, and it was off like a rocket ship into space. So that's what you could be looking at for hot. Fingers crossed it comes. I've given you the breakdown targets, okay, because if we do, that's it. You'll start to make all-time highs and get back above the EMAs and just march onwards and upwards for hot and get up to these price predictions here that we've got. So it's looking really, really good. I'll be honest with you, it's looking really good for continuation. But obviously when you get overextended, it starts to look bad, doesn't it? It starts to look bad that you sort of getting too overextended and you're rolling down and losing support. But the RSI is a really good indicator. You've got the double bottom, which effectively is on the cards. You know, the EMA retest is coming. So yeah, just put some cheeky bids on these levels down here, because this particular trend this particular pattern could be playing out as it's played out before, and could be a fantastic opportunity, okay? Because from here, you know, if you put some cheeky bids in and it gets to bounce from there, you're looking at a lovely 200% upside to hot, just to get to the high in this bull run, and then obviously to a price prediction up there, you're looking at another 414% for hot. But obviously you've got to be aware of Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin needs to hold that level of support, and the update on Bitcoin is out today in another video. So good luck to anybody involved in hot. I wish them all the best, but that could be a fantastic opportunity going forward if we do get that breakdown for hot right now. So take care, everybody. Bye bye.